our new IGBT. Going to go into that Graseby controls inverter drive. Okay. Let's go ahead and test it, make sure it's not open or shorted. It looks brand new. There's no heatsink grease on the heatsink side. The gate emitters haven't been soldered onto. I don't see any screw marks on UV and W and bus plus and bus ground. So this is a brand new unit. But we're going to test it anyways because it's going to take a lot of work to install this thing. It's a Toshiba MG25 Q6ES1. We're going to take our flute meter set to diode test mode and check that IGBT before we go to install it. Set our meter to diode test mode. Turn the light on. Let's put our black lead on P and our red lead on N. Diode voltage drop of 0.769. Here is U with the red lead, 0.417. V with the red lead, 0.417. W with the red lead, 0.417, and the black lead on P. Now let's move the red lead to N. Black lead on U, 0.417. Black lead on V, 0.416. Black lead on W, 0.417. All right, I feel good about that new IGBT. Let's install it into our inverter drive. We'll take the old one out first, move the gate emitter wires over to the new IGBT and install it. Got my drawings of where the power wires go, so now we can remove that IGBT from the inverter drive. Drop the washer. Don't want to leave that floating around in that drive. Alright, we're free. Okay. Now we move the gate emitter cables and connectors over to the new IGBT. Get this drive out of the way first. Alright, are we ready? We're going to do this one at a time. The pinouts are BU, EU, BB, EV, BW, EW, then here BX, EX, BY, EY, BZ, and EZ. And the colors are white, red, white, red, white, red, white, red, white, red, white, red. We're going to do this one first. Get a screwdriver, help me get that off. Gotta pry it up off of that tab. Okay. There's white, red. Put this over here. Okay. White, red. I think I got that one on there very well. Let me try again. There we go, I like that better. Okay. Okay, there's that side. Let's turn these around. Come on, left hand. Come on, left hand. Last one. There we go. Alright, I've applied Tech Spray heat sink compound to the heat sink side of that IGBT. You don't need a whole lot, just a thin coat. There you go, just a thin coat. Now, let's install our new IGBT. All right, new IGBT is installed. Now for the fun part, getting this all wired back up to the control and firing boards. Whew, there are wires everywhere. Come on. Come on back. What the hell? Come on. One gets in, the other one falls out. There we go. Now we're going to connect the gate emitter wires to the firing board. Now on the firing board, they're labeled J101 through J601. So here is 101, 201, 301, 401, 501, and 601. And on the back side of the firing board are the connectors. This is 101. Am I backwards? Yes, I'm backwards. This is 101, 201, 301, 401, 501, and 601. This is going to be a little bit upside down and turn it around backwards, but let me hook these guys up first. That'll be the easiest to connect. And then we'll connect the gate emitter connectors to the firing board. I got my drawings to go by right here. Set these over here on the side where I can see them. Okay. Let's get 101 first. I think 101 will be the easiest one. Okay. There we go. Then 201. .301. .401. .501. And lastly, 601. There we go. Hard to see upside down and backwards. Okay. Mount the firing board to the standoffs. If I can. There we go. These connectors up here. Let's get the plastic nuts on those standoffs. Sit down. Okay, now we'll hook up the DC bus wires to the firing board I see these red and black wires right here. If you haven't figured it out, I hate slotted screws, especially when you're trying to be hooking up something delicate like this. They just don't want to stay under the screwdriver head. I can see the folks at the factory putting this drive together saying exactly what I just said. Come on, get in there. Don't give up on me now, left hand. I think this is a test to see how long it takes me before I crack. I'm sort of part of some grand experiment. Well, I've made it to 63. Okay. Make that connection. We'll hook up our thermals, heat sink thermal wires. This connection over here. Make the connection to the display panel. Is that everything? I think it is. Now I'm going to turn the camera off and I'm going to double check all of my wiring because it's utterly important that everything gets put back together properly as far as the wiring goes. And I'm going to check the pictures I took when I disassembled this drive and compare them to what we have now. Y'all don't need to watch me do that, so y'all take a break. We'll see you in a little bit. Alright, let's connect 460 volts AC 3-phase to L1, L2, and L3. It's the part where I start to get a little bit worried. Will we be successful? Or will everything that we did come undone in one ball of fire? Whew. As many times as I've done this, it still worries me. I wish there was somebody else that worked here. I could go outside and they could do the hard part of powering up the drive and running it. Phew. Okay. Take one last look inside. Input 460 volts. 3-phase, 60 hertz. L1, L2, L3. All right. Let's get plugged into the wall and we'll turn this drive on. Here we go. I heard the pre-charge contactor energized. What do we have in the display? We have 0.0. Forward LED is on. Auto. Stop LED is on. So far so good. Good morning all. Let's see how we did. Let's plug ourselves into the wall. I'll go around here, turn on the 460 volts. AC 3-phase to the drive. All right, I heard the pre-charge contactor energized. Now first I'm going to jog this motor. Pushing the jog button. Nice. Nice. All right. Let's see if we can run. I'm going to push the start button. Should ramp up to about 30 hertz. There we go. We're running. I'm going to slow the speed down with the down arrow key. The display says 14.6 hertz. Well, you see a sweetheart. Whew. This thing was a bear to fix. That was a grizzly bear. It's working though. It's working. Y'all did good. I'm proud of you. Did very well. I'm going to push the stop button. We'll coast to a stop. All right. Good job, folks. Another one resurrected from the dead.